A pleasant good evening to each and everyone in Georgetown, Guyana, the diaspora, and elsewhere, friends all. Today, I wanted to ask a few questions as much I do my own analyzing in certain things. But before I start, I would like you to subscribe to the channel, press the bell, so you will get the next updated video. You have a right to your comment, but keep it from 1 to 7, keep it okay. You know, last night and even early today, I get a few calls from some unknown numbers. It is very agitating, very humiliating, and very fast to it, and they hang up, but no telephone number showing up. Either they block the number or nothing, and all about Guyana. Why am I not calling for the removal of the coolie government? Why am I not calling for the removal of the installed government? Why am I not calling for different things but only a national front government? Well, for my critics out there, I don't expect that you and I will share the same thirst or our appetite are not the same. But when you call and say the coolie government, there's only one race you have to be, is the African descendant. Because if the two you have this nonsense. But you must learn to understand that that government was not installed. You all go to the poll and vote, and you believe you won an election. The United States of America, whatever they want, they are going to get it, whether by hooks or crooks. And those who are willing to bend and stretch like elastic, does always be the one that inherit what America going to offer. In the late 60s with the late Peter Degas, when he went to Dr. Jagan with the 7th seat, he was rejected and insulted and humiliated. The Mirror newspaper on the Sunday, an imperialist stooge. While the blacks in Mackenzie, Wisma, and other parts were beating and trying to do Indians and all type of things, Degas joined with Burnham for a coalition government. So they was installed. And from then, Burnham ruled with an iron fist. Many Guyanese Indian race was humiliated, and many things went with them with other races, until came the late Walter Rodney, a son of Guyana from the African descendant. Excuse me. Friends, when Burnham see that both races could merge together calling for the removal of him, Dr. Jagan the Judas, who keep Burnham in power because he want Burnham to do everything he told him to do. And I am speaking on behalf of Mr. Nagamutu, who was a strong PPP supporter and advocate for Jagan. The man who said in Queens he was the messenger between Burnham at Belfair and Jagan at Freedom House. Well, when a Muslim hear about the messenger, maybe they feel it was Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him. No, sir. No, ladies. It was a traitor by the name of Nagamutu, a son of a Hindu generation, not a Muslim, unless he was talking about Krishna or Ram, but they were not messengers. Muhammad was the seal of all messengers, they claim. Okay? Why am I telling you this here today? Hindus and Muslims have a problem in India, even unto now. Even in England, the Prime Minister, Mr. whoever he is, Soros or whatever, I saw a Diwali thing where he sit down with the daughter and him singing and chanting Chautal for the Pago celebration. I now realize why he don't like the Palestinians, because they are Muslim. But I think Bharat Jagdeo, the great-grandson of Hinduism, and Mr. Ali, the great-grandson of Hindu become Muslim for a generation, could join hands together to run a country called Guyana when they are not the descendant of the country, but they are claiming on the day of arrival. So you all should show that Prime Minister in England when Hindus and Muslims could come together to rule a country where don't belong to them. Is that a blessing or a curse, Mr. Ali and Mr. Jack Beale? Well, ask me, Mr. Norton, I won't ask that question. But I would like to enlighten Mr. Norton. In God's name, you think God would allow Lucifer to hug him up the way Moses Nagamutu hug up David Granger and all of you together? Learn. Once a traitor, always a traitor. Once a Judas, always Judas. Always remember that. There is a story of a snake and a donkey, Mr. Norton. It was stated that a donkey, the grass pasture went brown, he couldn't eat, and he wanted to cross over a little island, but the water was running very terrible, so he walked all the way to the end of the other side, ready to cross. And a snake said to the donkey, I want to go over the other side because things are hard here, as you know. The grass are dry, I don't get no insect, nothing to eat. Can you, I hold on you, you take me over? The donkey looked at the snake and he said, how can I trust you? You are going to bite me and kill me. He said, donkey, I beg you, it's only the two of us, I will never do that. But the water was so terrible. So the donkey, being that he's wrong, he take the stream and he decided to jump in and he tell the snake, come on his back. And the snake hold the hair by his neck and wrap himself around him, while the donkey floating and cutting the current, they get on the island. Unfortunately, a wave hit very hard and the snake slipped and fire a bite for the hair, miss it, and snatch the donkey's skin. And the donkey says the same thing I was telling you, snake. I don't know how to trust you. You bite me. The snake said, well, that is my nature, but I was going to drown the get sleep away from you. So I didn't mean to do it, I'm sorry. But the donkey already been poisoned. Ladies and gentlemen, so for you, the blacks who hugging up these people that grow up to hate you, want to replace you, when they get kicked out from the house that they were supposed to become the king, they join you, who was their enemy, to remove the emperor. Something not right here. So, how do you know that that snake is not, and his family is not releasing statement to the other side? That is why I call for a national front government. How long you live, the India will never trust the black leadership unless they are more corrupt than you and prepared to go the extreme that you and your generation is willing to go. So, that is why I want a national front. You, the black race, are claiming emancipation in Africa. You're wrong. Your ancestor came from Africa, and they suffer according to you, like every other body. And I want you to know, I heard you blacks keep talking steady about slavery. How many slaves was killed? Do you know Winston Churchill, as they say, sir, according to information is alleged, caused the death of 25 million Indians? How of y'all know that? It's alleged. Someone is going to send it to me tonight or tomorrow. But Indian people do not talk what happened a month ago. They keep it in their mind, even if it's 50 years ago. But they will react economically and try their best to let you believe they love you, but they're keeping an eye on you. They will use your own to defeat their own. And when you cannot do it, they use the Obia man. But when they use you to beat and kill and burn, And they use the police in uniform, which is you again, the black people, by bribing you, to lock up their old frame, charge them and kill them again, and pass them through the court and bribe magistrate and judge to do their nasty work. That is an Indian for you. I make many jokes many years ago. What is the difference from an Indian and the Jews? But they are good and bad amongst every race. Don't get me wrong. You have very good Jewish people, honorable, and you have miserable ones. You have very good Indian people, very honorable, but you have very miserable ones. Same goes to the black race, the Portuguese, the European, and others, even in our own family. Guyana happens to be an Amerindian country, like Venezuela. Maduro is claiming 60%, but he's not a native Indian called the Amerindian indigenous people. He's a great-grandchild of pirates, prostitutes, and all kind of smuggling. And while you in Guyana are the great-grandchildren of cheap labor from the Indian descendant and slavery, but both sides of the fence, Venezuela and Guyana, enjoy what the ancestors have passed through and the mistake they made. It is the 21st century. We must learn to live together, correct the mistakes, and do not fight for land does not belong to none of you. Especially when you are claiming emancipation, being the black race. The Amerindian can ask you to leave, and they would have no problem in doing that because you yourself is putting yourself out of a country and say you were in slavery and you're free. You will have to go home, brothers and sisters. Get off of that. And you, the Indian, the Amerindian can ask you to leave because maybe your visa run out or you didn't have a working permit. But you are doing it to yourself. India divided because of religion. Hindus versus Muslim, Muslim versus Hindu, and you all divide. We are seeing it in Burma, which they call Maramal or something right now. Kill out the Indians and chase them. We have seen it in Uganda. But today in England, Mr. Sunu, a Singapore name, was sitting in the Hindu festival enjoying his Diwali celebration and chanting and singing, which is okay. Now I see why he don't want the Palestinian to demonstrate in London. I think the English people should come together and oust him out of Parliament because it's not healthy for the democratic country such as England to allow a great-grandchild of Indian descendant to shape the future of modern England that have went through many wars and World War, even the Falkland and many more when they were driven out from India. Maybe I am wrong, but Mother Nature or destiny have a funny way of reacting. The stone that you reject will be the cornerstone. Today we are seeing in Africa famine. We are seeing war, all kind of place fighting up a little war right now. For what? Killing one another. For land that one day your body will have to rest in it. Your enemy is not yourself, is your politician. But I don't blame the politician, I blame you, the voters. That's why I said the Jehovah's Witness does not vote for nobody, and I respect that. Today, I look at the news, and some minister in the cabinet of Israel condemn what the UN and other people around the world is calling for relief for fuel, food and medicine and whatever, and saying is a finger in the eye some of the ministers in the Israel parliament. These were the grandchildren and children who speak about Adolf Hitler destroying 6 million Jews in the 1935. When the world came to their rescue Today, they were rescued into the Palestinian country in 1947, once ruled by Britain. They would have been in Guyana. I would have welcomed there. The country would have developed 40, 45 years ago, maybe longer. We wouldn't have got problem between people who talking about emancipation but not going home, and those who claim arrival but do not find a passport or a working permit. Friends, for we to stop this fighting, Guyana can be a country to set the record straight. We have seen in both parties, PNC now turn up, New Indian and blacks are uniting. But look, who are them? You have good one amongst them, but the hypocrites, the bloodthirsty one, the corrupt one. Plenty of you have children and family will answer the call of God. Jesus said it, not me. Plenty of you will eat your filth. Plenty of you will run mad in both sides of the fence. But for the good ones, those who believe in what is right for humanity, all because of your salary and your position, walking around Guyana, Berbice, Essequibo, another place, the big one. Nobody is bigger than nobody. Might be in height and size. And what is taking place? The strong take advantage on the weak one. The educated take advantage on the uneducated one. The rich take advantage on the poor. But you all call on Allah, Bhagwan, and God hypocrites. This is the 24th century. A man called me today, and he said some young woman saying something about, it's a sex affair basis anyway, to eat or drink good so something can happen, but I'm not going to get into that. And next one told me, look how much Venezuelans are in Guyana. Then you look at America and Canada and see how much you are there. Especially you black people, you don't like Chinese, you don't like Indian, you don't like white, you don't like nobody. And amongst yourself, you don't like one another. But you're in Canada and America. How all of you ancestors who were sold, and you're born in the Caribbean and Guyana, elsewhere, would like to exchange your place with your brothers and sisters back in Africa. So you can go back and they can come and take your place to get your opportunity. You are the destructive one. How many more wars must we go through? And between you and I, a man who fights for land is a fool. A man who fought because of revenge of losing his mother, brother, sister, and relative is a better warrior than one who gets paid to kill and to pull up a flag and seize man's country. Revenge would never end if you kill people, especially in the Muslim world, where Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him, had to run for his life and a spider save him. Muslims will fight down to the gates of heaven if they know that they're being mistreated and being killed like how Israel is slaughtering them. Come on. I look at the news. Israel bombed the hospital. They surround the hospital, bring the people and put them in the courtyard, according to information. It's alleged. Because they're not allowing the journalists them to follow them around. But what do they know? Didn't know. People got cell phone, see when they're carrying the box with the ammunition in the hospital. But from the time I see that, I know it was lie. Because no man, Hamas or Masham, would use a hospital and display the ammunition on the shelves where all the medication is supposed to be. We are not illiterate, Israel. Come on. But ladies and gentlemen, there is good Jews, good Arabs, good and bad in everything. In Israel, when they carry a protest, they're being locked up. Same goes to Russia, or maybe China. If you go against the government, you're being locked up, you're being censored. Is this humanity? But these are the human beings, as politicians, what you put up there to govern you. Learn. It was a vote that put Jesus on the cross. Today, one of the greatest warriors are those who go after revenge. The Muslim and the Jews are close relatives. Same father, different mother, according to the Bible and the Quran, if so be. One says shalom, the other one says salam, and the whole effing world is in an alarm because of salam and shalom. It's time to stop this bullshit. Stop the alarm and salam, and let's unite in the name of humanity. We are only different by languages, culture. And in the whole Caribbean and Guyana, where my black brothers and sisters, the uneducated fools, stop talking about emancipation. You were born in whatever country, you're a citizen of that country. Same goes to the Indian. Stop talking about arrival. Now you talk about slavery. The white man as a European, they build school and church to teach you to speak their language. When your children born, they school them, then you start moving their house, you drive their car, you'll be around them. Both race scared of each other. You ever try to capture a tiger from the jungle and bring it in your living room or put it in your bedroom? You better put him in a kennel and train him. And when he make a young one, you take the young one and start to pet it as a child. And that is how you do with human beings. So for you fools who are preaching racism, religious problem, wake to hell up. Now who is Hamas? Hamas might be a lot of the children who witnessed their mother and father was killed, brothers was killed, run away, people help them, and they grow to hate, and they join any organization to come back to harm those who hurt them from the first place. Like it was stated in the good books, and Pharaoh said it better, a charging chariot have no friends and family. A man who wants revenge will shoot his own shadow, will kill his own family for revenge. But a man who been paid to kill for land, he got a prize. So I urge you in the name of God, Bhagwan or Allah, to stop this wasteful killing and let's talk. One thing you have to be careful, if you have a friend and you are helping your friend and he's killing people like what we see happening in Israel, and we're still supporting it, we becomes the biggest enemy more than our friend who's doing the killing. So if any country, such as America, backing someone say you are my friend, your friend is just waiting like the snake that the donkey tried to cross that bite him. Be careful what you are doing. If you are the police of the world and believe in humanity, it is better to make friends than make enemies. I would rather have 50 million friends than have 35 to 45 million enemies. Think. The Arab continent today, as you may see, you will be driving them into the hands of China, Russia, as you see South Africa, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, India are all coming together for their own currency and to do what they have to do. Gaddafi was murdered because of that. Today, watch what is happening in Saudi Arabia. Friends, I want to make it clear here to y'all today. Let's stop taking sides. Netanyahu have to stop it. If not, in 4 to 5 days from tonight, 12 o'clock, the real judge, Almighty God, shall answer the prayer of that area. And if you are my friend and you don't listen, and I am backing you, I would have to wash my hands from you. Because these old men are jeopardizing the future generation future. Because those children that are dying all in the incubator because there's no light, no drugs, I hope you know they have family. And the world is watching at this moment. So I call upon the decent and honorable Jewish people to come together and close Israel down peacefully without firing a shot or scratching the rest. stay home, don't go to work. Let the oppressors know enough is enough. And in Palestine, I call upon you to have mercy and calm yourself down. But what the Jews must understand, because according to information suggests they killed Jesus, because the hungry people take bribe to send nail him on the cross to set a criminal free. Now I call upon all the priests around the world, may it be Hindus, Christians, Muslims, and non-believers alike, to let's declare a day of solidarity, call for peace around the world. And any country refusing to accept that for humanity, we all must come together and distance ourselves from them. Because it's not right to be killing one another like that. Please, I beg you in the name of the great God and Guyana, I want you all to know many things are happening. That young woman that was released from prison and had to go back into it because of the public. Did the public say anything when David Ranger released prisoners? It's alleged he released a lot. I didn't hear nobody say nothing. And again, it's alleged he had sent too many young black boys in jail. I didn't hear nobody condemn that speech, if it was true. So friends, in Guyana, if a war should break with Venezuela right now and Guyana, it's only America and the British would have to come in to save us, because 120,000 Guyanese families are in Venezuela. Trust me, whose side you think they will take? Especially Venezuela have a history where they bulldoze land and give it free to the Guyanese as they do with other foreigners from other countries. And you only pay for light and free water and light. But you give them a couple dollars for the transport of your land. While in Guyana, you can't get land because the Indian people, like Mohanlal, put a fence on the egress road. Come on, Mr. Ali President. Come on, Jack Neal. Come on, Mr. Attorney General. Come on. And DPP, send that man Mohanlal by the border of Venezuela to put up a bloody fence. He might do better than Trump on Israel. And nobody could breach it. The NDC at up in the East Bank, Craig, and others, and Mr. Ahmad Ali and Safraz Ali and Nisha Ali, send them to put a wall. You Indian bastards, you love to thief, fight for land what don't belong to you. Bribe the court, bribe police, bribe people, even bribe somewhere. But I tell you all here today, Indian and black unite. All who intermarried with each other, you deserve an award. And every Guyanese family must get a piece of land to build their house and money to build it. If Venezuela should have a confrontation with Guyana, if the president, the opposition leader, and the ministers in parliament is not in a uniform with a gun in their hand, then you all know what's going on. You, the black race, you are the majority in the military and the police force. You will have to face the front line. Now, I'm only assuming, I'm not accusing, just assuming. Barra Jagdeo studied in Moscow. Mr. Maduro getting the backings from Moscow. How do we know it is not a plan just to create confusion so everybody who's thieving can thief more? While you are paying your mind on invasion, think. I'm only asking a question, I'm not accusing nobody, because you all better know English. Okay? How you all know that is not just a game? While others are thieving out the oil money. So by the time you spend your mind to think like Glenn Lal talk about it steady, maybe two Venezuelan plane might fly over the Kaicho News, and he will spend more time talking about that, so he can't talk about the oil money and the scandalings of the money. I'm only asking a question and assuming it's a possibility. Okay? I'm not saying they're doing it, but it don't look good. It don't look. Moscow backing me, And my ex-president was studying in Russia. And Dr. Jagan and his wife, they believe in Russia. How do we know it's not a game? So that is why we want a national front government, where the Amerindian must be the leader of the country, administered by the mixed race and them, followed by the Indian, the black, and the Portuguese and Chinese. And before I go, I want you to open up the door to Africa, India, and the Caribbean, and let Guyana have a population. We only have 700,000 people. So my friend, with that, let's unite, stop war all over the world with one voice, help our fellow human being, and for the man who take those Venezuelan people picture naked, I think they should execute his ass, because he shouldn't do that. All right? With that, I am your host, George Correa. Thanks for listening. No offense. Have a good day.